And on Saturday, hundreds of thousands of marchers turned out in Washington, D.C., calling for action against gun violence. Most of them were high school students.
ABC 36's Katie Jackson talked with some high schoolers from Lexington who went to D.C. to be a voice for the bluegrass. Katie's in the studio to tell us about their experience.
Demonstrators across the globe flooded the streets in a student-driven movement. The Lexington students I spoke with say it was unlike anything they have ever seen before, and they took the trip hoping to make a difference.
And we were standing there for like 4 or 5 hours listening to these speakers. Almost all of them are under the age of 20. Almost all of them are teenagers. Almost all of them are students. Almost all of them are like me, the same age as me. And so like if they can do it, why can't we?
When word got out about March for Our Lives, Allington Bowling and her family thought it would be a great idea to go. Bowling and her parents, along with some other students, loaded up a 12-passenger van and made a weekend of it.
It speaks to our generation that we say that we won't give up, and we mean it. And I think that is such an incredible experience to be among that. You're surrounded by 800,000 people, and you're shoulder to shoulder, kind of in, which makes it even better. You feel unified.
Paul Lawrence Dunbar senior Olivia Javidin says she doesn't feel safe in school like she used to. Regardless of the new safety measures, she says she is always wondering if it could happen to her.
There's always that thought in the back of my mind, am I next? And that's a thought that I think every kid has, regardless if you're at Dunbar, if you're at Lafayette. There's so many different people and you don't know what they're going to do. And the accessibility that we have to firearms at such a young age, someone could just walk in and do anything that they want.
Regardless of the movement's outcome, Bowling says this is only the beginning.
When politicians say that we are too young to have a voice on this subject, they forget that students are the core of this subject. Students are the people who are actually being shot at in schools. They are the ones curled up in the corners of their classrooms watching their friends die right in front of their eyes. This movement does not end after this march, because the march is not the end of the movement, it's the beginning, and it won't change everything, but it is definitely the spark that lights the fire.
Officials say more than 800,000 people of all ages and backgrounds showed up to march. And those who couldn't make it hosted their own marches close to home, including one that happened right here in downtown Lexington Saturday.